Welcome to Industry TV Network. Make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe. In this video, we'll be touching on the life and times of Denise Nicholas. Donna Denise Nicholas was born on July 12, 1944 in Detroit, Michigan, to Louise Carolyn and Otto Nicholas. Her parents divorced when she was young. Following this, her mother married Robert Bergen. Soon, Nicholas moved to Milan, Michigan. She has an elder brother named Otto and had a younger sister named Michelle. In 1961, Nicholas graduated from Milan High School. She attended the University of Michigan, where she studied law. Later, she joined the Tulane University and majored in fine arts. Denise made her acting debut with a Spanish language play while still attending the university. During the Civil Rights Movement, Nicholas discontinued her studies and joined the Free Southern Theater. The aim of this theater was to entertain rural African Americans. It was headed by Gilbert Moses. Nicholas wound up marrying Moses and toured with the theater. After a year, she divorced Moses and moved to New York City. In 1967, Denise joined the Negro Ensemble Company. She acted in several plays with them, some of which were Summer of the 17th Doll, Kangi's Harvest, and Daddy Goodness. In 1968, Nicholas made her television debut in an episode of the series It Takes a Thief. In 1972, she performed in her first movie, Blackula. It was a black exploitation horror film, and Nicholas played a main character, Michelle Williams. In 1969, she was cast in the role that brought her TV stardom. She was chosen to portray Liz McIntyre in the TV series Room 222. It was a comedy drama series that aired on ABC. The show focused on events at a fictional school that was racially diverse. Liz was seen as a compassionate guidance counselor. Denise delivered an excellent performance. The series helped her earn 3 consecutive Golden Globe nominations for Best Actress in a Drama TV Series. In 1975, Nicholas performed as Beth Foster in the action comedy movie Let's Do It Again. Her performance in this movie fetched Nicholas an Image Award. She was chosen as Outstanding Actress in a Motion Picture. In 1977, Denise performed as the lead character Olivia Ellis in the sitcom Baby I'm Back. In the 1980s, she performed in The Love Boat, Benson, and Different Strokes. She was also seen in movies such as Marvin and Taj, Over Here, Mr. President, and Mother's Day. In 1990, she performed as Joan in the movie Ghost Dad. The movie featured Nicholas alongside Bill Cosby. From 1989 to 1995, Denise starred in several episodes of the drama series In the Heat of the Night. Nicholas also wrote 6 episodes for the series. This was the beginning of her career as a writer. When the show was canceled, Nicholas joined the professional writing program at the University of Southern California. Nicholas attended the Journeyman's Writing Workshop and was under the guidance of famed author Janet Fitch. She worked with Fitch for 5 years. She also attended the Squaw Valley Community of Writers Workshop as well. In 2005, Nicholas published her first novel, Freshwater Road. This was a story written against the backdrop of civil rights. It was selected as one of the best books of 2005 by several publications, such as the Washington Post, the Detroit Free Press, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. In 2006, the novel won the Zora Neale Hurston Richard Wright Award for debut fiction. It also won the American Library Association's Black Caucus Award. Denise Nicholas was married 3 times. In 1964, she married Gilbert Moses, the founder of the Free Southern Theater. They were divorced in 1965 and had no children. In 1973, Nicholas married singer and songwriter Bill Withers. The couple had a tumultuous relationship. In 1981, she married football player Jim Hall. They divorced in 1984. But let's go back a little bit. In this situation with Bill Withers, there was a time where Denise Nicholas was filming a movie with Fred Williamson. The movie was called Nigga Charlie, and Bill Withers showed up, but I'll let Fred tell it.
There's a story I heard. Bill Withers.
Yeah.
He was married for a year to Denise Nichols?
Wasn't married at that time. The time Denise Nichols was my star of Nigga Charlie.
Okay.
And we had, and I respected her a lot because she was a very sensitive lady. She was a great actress. And we had a problem that occurred. She was dating Bill Withers. And Bill Withers did not like the idea that she was on location with the Hammer. Right? And he thought that there was something going on between me and her. And there wasn't. Because I learned you don't have an intimate relationship with your leading lady, because then you lose control. And you have to have control on the set. If you don't have control, then you're a lost person. So one time he came and he came upon the hotel where we were staying, and he started knocking on the door for her to come out and talk, and she wouldn't come, and he kept pounding on the door. And I happened to be in the vicinity, and he finally went into the door, broke the door in, just as I got there, and he was starting to do something that he shouldn't have been doing to her, and I had to intervene.
You beat up Bill Withers.
I intervened.
You intervened.
I intervened, and he promised not to come back.
Okay. Because there's a song called Who Is He and What Is He to You?
Yes.
And the lyrics go, a man we passed just tried to stare me down. But when I looked at you, you looked at the ground. I don't know who he is, but I think that you do. God damn it, who is he and what is he to you? And that I heard is about you. That's what I heard. You are not denying it, so it is what it is.
I don't take full credit for that. No, but the incident that happened reflects the words to that song, because I had to keep him. First of all, I didn't want to hurt her because she's making a goddamn movie, you know. If you hurt her and put some bruises on her, now I got to wait for the bruises to go away, and maybe she was a little upset. But the fact that I came in and got involved before it really got serious, got overly serious. It already started a little bit, and I had to do what I had to do, and he went away.
Now, at the time that Denise was dating Bill Withers, there were rumors going around that she was suffering from domestic violence at the hands of Bill Withers, and many people were reacting to him. Now, one time he had it out with Phyllis Hyman, not because of Denise Nicholson, but Phyllis Hyman brought up Denise Nicholson. It went like this. The beloved Phyllis Hyman revealed in her book, Strength of a Woman, why she and Lean On Me singer Bill Withers once had a very public and heated argument. Miss Hyman was a beautiful and very talented woman, but when you got on her last nerve, she had no problem giving you a piece of her mind at the drop of a dime. This was the case one night on tour with Phyllis, Bill Withers, and singer Regina Belle. Phyllis said that she and Bill somehow got into a loud, heated argument backstage in front of Regina Belle and others, and that she didn't hesitate to throw a verbal jab at him when she said this to him: "Come on, Emma Effa, what are you gonna do? Beat me the way you beat Denise Nicholas?" Ouch. Now, of course, Bill was not going to do that to Phyllis by any means, but Phyllis admitted she said that to make sure she had hit him where it hurt. What Bill eventually said about the incident was that people like Phyllis and a bunch of others were giving him so much backlash about those domestic violence rumors that shortly after the argument, he isolated himself from the music industry. The reputation he had acquired caused him not to tour for 7 whole years, and he only recorded 9 albums within a 15-year span because, as he stated, people chose Denise's side. That's all I could make at the time. I didn't make any albums between 1978 and 1985 because I couldn't get any music past anybody's desk at CBS Records. Not only that, but unfortunately, Denise Nicholas lost her sister to murder, and this was the story behind it. Some people have never heard the name Michelle Bergen, but for others, it is one that lives in infamy. The popular journalist, who was one of the youngest editors in Ebony's history at the time, was unalived in 1980 in New York when she was only 26 years old. While the official reason for her unaliving remains an unsolved mystery, the streets have long blamed the Philly Black Mafia, which is affiliated with the Nation of Islam, for Bergen's death. According to reports, Bergen took vacation leave from work that February to visit her parents and sister actress Denise Nicholas in California. She flew from Chicago to New York to make an interim stop first. Her mother, Louise Bergen, told the media her daughter said she was going to a convention in Philadelphia. However, Bergen's boyfriend, Michael Shea, said she had plans to meet with Ernest Edwards, who was a member of the Philly Black Mafia. According to Gramho, Shea said Edwards expressed interest in starting community newspapers in Philadelphia and Chicago and wanted Bergen to serve as the editor. There were also rumors that Michelle was actually a drug courier who had messed up a package, and the Philly Black Mafia suspected her of wearing a wire. However, this has never been officially proven. Upon her arrival in New York, Bergen rented a car at the LaGuardia Airport to drive to Philly using her ID and Ebony credit card. She never reached the city of brotherly love because her body was discovered in an airport parking lot with a bullet wound in the back of her head. Her purse was missing, but she was still adorned with all of her expensive jewelry. In the weeks leading up to her death, Michelle Bergen was uneasy and nervous. Something was obviously troubling her, but it was something she kept to herself. When she spoke to her parents and told them she would be visiting soon, she made no mention of any trouble she was having, although Michael did confirm that his girlfriend was paranoid in the last days of her life. When detectives started to look into the man from Philadelphia, they discovered that Ernest Edwards was a man with a shady past. He was once a member of the Nation of Islam, Temple Number 12, and a member or a very close associate of the Philadelphia Black Mafia. The Philly Black Mafia rose to power in the late 1960s and maintained that power throughout the 1970s. They were alleged to have murdered over 40 people, including men, women, and children. Yes, you heard that right, children. Google the Hanafi murders. And although by 1980 the organization had been dismantled by police, there were still remnants of the Black Mafia in operation. Ernest Edwards was alleged to be one of the members still in operation. The rumor mill had it that he was still involved in drug trafficking. This, of course, was all foolishness to Edwards. Whatever past he had in the criminal underworld was just that, in the past. He was a Sunni Muslim now, and only interested in empowering his community. That's why he was meeting with Michelle Bergen. He wanted to start a community newspaper and wanted her to be its chief editor, but not everyone was buying this story. If Edwards needed an editor for his newspaper, couldn't he have found one right there in Philadelphia? Furthermore, why would Michelle be interested in working for a community newspaper when she already worked for Ebony magazine? Something just didn't add up. And last but certainly not least, Michelle was only 26 years old. Although she was a brilliant writer, she was still young and inexperienced. Why would Edwards want her, of all people, to head up his newspaper? Things that make you go, Detective Richard Beck said the murderer took great pains to cover his tracks, and detectives found no concrete evidence to solve the case. Another officer, identified as Detective Goodhart, said Bergen was very paranoid the last few weeks of her life. Miss Bergen had been very upset during the weeks before her passing. She had been acting like something was wrong, and her last weeks on this earth were very uncomfortable, Goodhart said. Denise sank into a deep, immobilizing depression after Bergen's murder. It was so irrational, so crazy, Nicholas said in a 1990 interview. Little things became overwhelming, she continued. Nicholas and her brother, Otto, combed the country for clues to help solve the case to no avail. Like, how do you get up in the morning? How do you walk out of your front door? There was life before Michelle's death, and there was life after Michelle's death, and they are two different things, Nicholas said. Bergen was also mourned by many readers, the staff at Ebony, and the National Association of Black Journalists. She was a wonderful woman and a fine writer, Ebony's then executive editor Herbert Nipson said. Someone named Brianna Simone said, I'm definitely writing a screenplay about Michelle Bergen. I'd never heard her name before, and her story has me floored. In 2002, Denise made her final TV series appearance in an episode of the family sitcom My Wife and Kids, entitled Failure to Communicate. Denise is now 80 years old, and her net worth is estimated at more than $3 million. That is the story of Denise Nicholas. That's as much as I could get, guys. But I had to do something on her because she was one of the icons of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Much love to Denise Nicholas. Ciao for now.